who scratched her face. She has no idea. What does that mean? It could be from either one. It could be from the commotion that's going on. These things happen so fast, we have no real idea as to what really happened. Unfortunately, there was no video camera there. There was no other witnesses that actually saw it. So it really comes down to one thing. Do you believe Miss Ellis? Why not? You should. She's a hard-working security guard. She was doing her job with no prior anything. As a woman, she doesn't want to have a scar to her face, and all the time, every day, waking up in the morning, looking in the mirror, remembering the event. It reminded her. It does remind. Working alongside Dr. Mulliken, and this is a very well-respected doctor. And the other thing that I wanted to discuss would be the fingernails. Cardi B admitted to that fact. She said, that is what I did. I was chest to chest with Miss Ellis. Cardi B even testified that she was yelling and screaming so much that she acknowledged that it was possible that her spit went on to Miss Ellis. That was in the testimony. Ellis told Cardi B to leave the building. She should have left the building. Miss Ellis was hired by the owner of the building to keep the building secure and safe for tenants and other patients and visitors. Cardi B refused to listen to the security guard who was working there. At some point, Cardi B caused such a disturbance that what she was doing was a trespassing. You cannot be to give you whatever is there, to provide for you all that she could with the things that she has available to her, so that you could give her the peace of mind, the closure, and yes, she is asking to be compensated for the loss that she sustained. She lost something, and by you compensating her with money damages, you're then evening the playing field. You're giving her what she lost back. So she's not trying to gain something that she's not entitled to. Unfortunately, she was abused, she was harmed, she was assaulted and battered by Cardi B, and Cardi B needs to pay for that and needs to be accountable. We need to hold her accountable. We should not just let her walk away and say, oh, everything you did was okay, and yeah, do it again. Make the scar better, meaning it would reduce, basically what I'm saying is there's really no way, there's no exact math to that. So for instance, if you said, I want to give her the $17,500, I want to give her the $15,000, and I want to give her another $250,000 for pain and suffering, you are allowed to do that. It is a number that you can come up with. During the 7.5 years that she's been suffering, you may say, I would like to give her $100 a day. For 1 year, that's $36,000. And for 7 years, that comes up to $270,000. We're not looking for millions of dollars like the defendant said. That's not what we're looking for. We're really looking for a simple amount of money that can make her whole, give her something that's fair, all of the following elements of battery. And then it goes down, it breaks it down. Defendant Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar touched Miss Ellis with the intent to harm or offend Miss Ellis. Miss Ellis did not consent to being touched. Miss Ellis was harmed or offended by Miss Almanzar's conduct. A reasonable person in Miss Ellis's situation would have been, and I'll close with this, did Miss Ellis prove all of the following elements of negligence? Miss Almanzar was negligent. Miss Almanzar's negligence caused Miss Ellis to suffer physical harm rather than only emotional distress, and Miss Almanzar's negligence was a substantial factor in causing Miss Ellis's harm. So what that means is, for example, was Miss Almanzar, was Cardi B negligent in thinking that the plaintiff was disseminating her privacy